Hey everyone, hope you all are doing great. So today we are talking about conduction of nerve impulse. After this video, you will get complete idea of this topic for sure. So let's get started. Our first question is what is happening and what are we studying? So whatever happened around us in our surrounding has been sent to our brain in the form of impulse by a network of neurons so that it respond accordingly and send signal to our body, and we are studying how neurons do so and how they conduct an impulse and transfer it to the next neuron. Our second question is how neurons look like. So neurons has four main parts. First is dendrites, which receive signals from other neurons. Second is axon, which conduct electrical impulse across the neuron. Third is myelin sheath, which insulate the axon and speed up transmission of electrical impulse. Fourth is axon terminal, which transmit electrical and chemical signals to other neurons and effector cells. Our third question is how an impulse is being conducted across the neuron. So let's focus on this neuron first. Dendrite receive the impulse and send it to the axon. Axon is where the real drama begins. This axon membrane is surrounded by a lot of ions, as you can see, and on its membrane a lot of voltage gated ion channels and pump is present. First, let's delete the not so important characters from this drama so we can easily understand what is happening. Now, assume this axon is in rest phase. You can see inside the axon potassium is more and outside sodium is more. But you can also see positive ions together is higher outside. So outside the net charge is positive and inside negative charge is present of minus 70 millivolt here, which is known as resting membrane potential. Negative charge is also due to negative proteins and chloride ions present inside the axon. Let's see what will happen if stimulus came and cell membrane reaches the threshold voltage. Firstly, sodium ion channels open and sodium ions rushes into the cell and make inside the membrane potential less negative, then 0 and then up to plus 30 millivolt. This is known as depolarization. As membrane potential becomes positive, sodium channels inactivated and potassium voltage gated ion channels opens and potassium ion rushes out of the membrane and making inside of membrane less positive and eventually negative. This is known as repolarization. Because sodium channels are slow, sometimes the membrane potential becomes more negative than resting potential and it is known as hyperpolarization. During hyperpolarization, potassium channels close and then again it back to resting phase. Now as we start with the fact earlier that outside the membrane sodium is high and inside potassium is high, to maintain this fact sodium potassium pump continue to keep moving 3 sodium outside and 2 potassium inside. Okay, so now you know what is happening. So our fourth question is how this change in polarity of membrane cause conduction of an impulse in myelinated and non-myelinated neuron. Let's see them together side by side. Remember, impulse is being conducted in the form of current signals. In non-myelinated neurons, the rectangular part is getting depolarized by gaining threshold voltage, and current is flowing in circular motion, then it repolarizes. The next part is getting depolarized and the current flows all across the membrane like this till it reaches to the axon terminal. In myelinated neuron, the myelin sheath is present which is insulating in nature. So current has to jump from one node of Ranvier to a second, known as saltatory conduction. So this conduction is fast as compared to the previous one. Our fifth and last question is how signal is transferred from one neuron to other. The gap between the axon terminal and dendrites of next neuron is known as synaptic cleft. In most of the neurons, the electrical signals triggered the release of neurotransmitters at the nerve ending or synaptic cleft, where the dendrite of other neuron has receptors for them, and this is how neurotransmitter then transfer the signals to it. Hope I include all the queries of you regarding this topic, but if something's still bothering you, then you are free to ask in comments. Subscribe for more videos and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.